or what, Solo? And he goes, see, there it is. There it is. Solo was just egging him on, bro.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
All right, so I'm enjoying these like little like facts or like question segment things that we've been doing. I've been seeing a lot of them pop up on Twitter, and I think the algorithm knows I've been bookmarking everything, so it's going to continue to send me.
Okay.
So I saw this fun little fact, bro. The Big Show is the only wrestler that won the WWE, WCW Big Gold, the WWE Big Gold, and the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. I'm not going to lie, I did not know that.
I think I did know that.
So that's pretty damn cool. And then just looking at the impact of Big Show in general, pretty cool. Like it's impressive, honestly.
No, yeah. So you said the big gold in WCW, the big gold in WWE, and then what else was it? The ECW,
and then the WWE Championship. They have it listed as WWE, WCW Big Gold, WWE Big Gold, and the ECW World Championship. But
so it's pretty much just saying that in 3 organizations he was world champ, or
and not just that, but like both champions in WWE itself.
Oh, and undisputed champion. Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, dude. I mean, I think Big Show is very underrated as far as like what he did in the business.
Yeah.
I listened to the 6 Feet Under podcast the other day when I was cutting the grass, and it was the one with Kane. And they were talking about Big Show.
Yeah.
How he messes up and how he came in thinking he was hot shit because his first match in WCW he wins the title off Hulk Hogan. Was it Hulk Hogan that he beat? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was. So they talk about that and I've never been a big fan of the Big Show, but it's always been one of those things where, dude, he's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people, when they think of who was the big wrestler, for them, it's Andre the Giant. A lot of the older people, right? For me, it was the Big Show.
Yeah.
The Big Show was my Andre the Giant.
Yeah. Same.
So, that's back when, if you were fucking 6'6" and up, bro, you were a star in WWE. They were going to make you a star. And Big Show was one of the first ones that's 500 pounds, and he's out there moving, 7 feet tall. He's out there moving, makes Undertaker and Kane look small, which they're fucking huge giants in themselves. The things that he was doing in the ring, like, Big Show is a pioneer, I think, for a lot of the things that he did. So, dude, he's a fucking legend. I mean, that is a cool stat, though.
You're right. He's a fucking legend, and not just that. Like, I love the way you said it. Like, people back in the day would say it's Andre, and I fully respect everything that I've always ever heard. Andre, my father-in-law, said he saw Andre once in person. He said he just looked up and he was like, I didn't know they could be that big. Yeah. But Big Show, I think, is amongst that conversation of just legendary big men and everything he did for the business. And it's like, it's crazy, like the stuff that he did in the Ruthless era of like when we were growing up. Bro, he made this title look like a fucking toy.
Yeah.
Bro, him and Brock.
Every title.
Him and Brock breaking the ring was insane, bro.
Pioneer. They're the first ones that started this.
And it's funny. It's like you look at when Hulk body slammed Andre and everything like that. Bro, when Brock lifted Big Show was big. When Cena lifted Big Show was big. Kurt did the angle slam on Big Show. Like, all this stuff was huge. Like, bro, you did that. That's insane to think about. Yeah. That's some type of stuff where it's like, bro, like, Big Show really was. I mean, yeah, in those situations, he was the ones being tossed around. But, like, if you could do that, that means something because Big Show was Big Show. His name says it all. And it's like him being the ECW championship. I remember that. That was when they brought back ECW and everything like that. It made sense to me because, bro, you're going to make him champ over there. A legend, bro. A legend.
Yeah, he's a
Paul
legend.
White's a legend.
That is a cool feat, though. I mean, I think it's a cool feat in itself just to be one of those wrestlers. The only other one I can think of is Booker T, where you carry the big gold in WCW and the big gold, I think, in WWE. Big gold in WCW and WWE, carrying that, I think, is a feat in itself. I don't know too many wrestlers that did that. I mean, I can only think of Goldberg and Big Show and Booker T. That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
That's all. Big Show.
Yeah.
Triple H wasn't in WCW. Think of who was in which one. Goldberg did, right?
Yeah. Goldberg.
Because he had it in his little run. He beat Triple H for a little bit.
No, Ray never won in WCW.
No. Kevin Nash didn't have the big gold in WWE.
No. Because I know Ray obviously won big
Hulk
gold.
Hulk Hogan never had the big gold in WWE.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, that in itself is a cool feat in itself, bro. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no, Big Show's a fucking legend, man.
Yeah. Like I said, I thought I saw that set and I was like, wow, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I mean, Never knew it.
Yeah, it is very cool. Lame Guys Podcast, WWE edition, episode 52. I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent.
What do we got today, bro? So last night we had SmackDown.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I personally just want to talk about Bloodline because that's the hot shit right now.
Oh, let's do it.
Started on Monday Night Raw. Jimmy shows up, planting the seeds already for War Games. We know we're getting War Games. Shows up. Jay wants nothing to fucking do with it.
On Raw, yeah.
Yep. He shows up on Raw, wants nothing to fucking do with it. Asking him that, pretty much we need help. Jay wants nothing. Jay's an old man. Jay's his old man, right?
Yep. See
that happen. Shows up on SmackDown last night. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
I was very surprised. He's out there when the Bloodline 2.0 was out. And so we talk about aura, right? We talk about Roman. Roman has a tremendous amount of aura.
That phrase of aura has been thrown around so much.
Yes.
But I feel like it's because the aura that Roman had is just something like you have to say it.
Yes.
There's a lot of wrestlers back in the day that have aura, but it's just different now with Roman and where we're at in WWE because you could tell.
Right. So Bloodline 2.0, I don't care what anybody says. I feel like they have a tremendous amount of aura.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they have a tremendous amount of
presence.
They fit this mold that they're trying to do. So I don't care what people say. I know a lot of people hate Solo. I'm a big defender of Solo. I've said it multiple times. I think Solo's got aura. Jey Uso walking out. He's got this different aura to him. And obviously we knew that, right? Like, compared to what he was in the OG Bloodline, he was just a sidekick, right? He was right-hand man, Jey Uso.
Yeah.
But he wasn't main event Jey. Like, he wasn't, him coming out. And he's had months now of establishing himself as a singles character and had a tremendous run. Him coming out and facing off with the Bloodline 2.0, that's where I really was like, oh, yeah, like, you're your own thing now. Like, you have your own aura. Like I said, I already knew that, right? Like, I already knew he won the Intercontinental title. He's been arguably the hottest guy in WWE for the past few months. But, like, when you put him in that presence, I don't look at him as a sidekick now. Like, when you think of the Bloodline 2.0, four guys, right? And then you think of one person facing off. Automatically, first person that comes to my mind is Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. Seeing it again with Jey Uso, it just fit. Like, Jey Uso is the main event Jey Uso. Like, he's I don't want to say he's on Roman's level, but he's a main event guy like Roman now.
He's an IC champion too. That adds nice to it. Yeah.
It just fit. And that's where it really set in that, like, oh yeah, bro, WWE did a great job.
And not just that. I sent it to you, and I even watching it live, speaking on aura and how, like, Jay has it now too, but I love the fact that even just something so small, he's on the ring apron, and bro, the camera's just focused on him, and you see him give that smile and that nod, and the camera goes to Solo, and he goes, go, get up, go, do the thing. Solo's annoyed, but it's one of those things where it's like, you had to let him do that, because he has so much aura. He has this, I'm getting chills thinking about it. He has this thing with the crowd to where, bro, I guarantee being in the middle of the ring and probably just looking around, taking everything in of every single person in that crowd, doing the, day one. He let him do it because, bro, he's like, I want to see this too.
Bro, this is fucking brother.
And that's his brother, bro. Like, he knows he can't be disrespectful. Go do it.
Well, no, I'm sure it's just so cool. Just
to see your brother getting in that level.
That reaction. Like, I'm just saying, like, Jey Uso has that aura now.
Yes.
Like, he has that. I know, like I said, he's been having it. It wasn't real. It didn't really set into me till I saw him in front of Solo Sikoa, who's tribal chief now, this new bloodline who's vicious. Yeah. Seeing Jey Uso right there, like, bro, he's got that aura. Like, I believe that this Jey Uso taking all of them, like Roman's been taking them on. Like, he's just different. And then he calls out Jacob Fatu. Like, bro, I would love to see that match now, right? Like, before, like, no disrespect to Jimmy, but you think of Jacob Fatu versus Jimmy. Jacob Fatu is destroying, right? You think of Jimmy Fatu versus Jay. Or Jacob Fatu versus Jay, that's different, bro. It's different. It's a different scenario. So
same moveset, but it's different.
Like, Jay has that aura now. Yeah. Like, he's just a different guy.
Yeah.
And it really set in with me there. And then not to skip forward, we can talk about that in a second, but it really set in as well when you see Roman Reigns, Jay, and Jimmy all in one, and you see Roman looking at Jay. They almost look the same height now. Like, it's just like, bro, Jay's just up straight. Like, he's just different now.
He's not in his shadow anymore.
He's different. Like, he's just different. Before, I always felt like he was shorter. This one, it looks same eye level. Like, he has a title. Roman doesn't. It's just a different aura.
You're right. Speaking on that, I mean, he's not in his shadow anymore. He has his own light. He has his own aura to where he is now, not saying he's equal, but in this scenario, he's equal to Roman now.
Yeah.
He built himself up to where, like, he said in his promo to Solo, because God, I loved that that promo with him and Solo, but to where, bro, he said it. I left the family.
Yeah.
I left the family, and look what I did. I love that moment because it was legit, almost like a brother telling brother, I won the title, Oos. I won the IC title, and I would have really loved a Solo broke character and said, proud of you.
Yeah.
Something like that. Cause like, bro, like, yeah, that's still your brother, bro. But I love that moment, and to where, yes, that interaction between them three, bro. Jimmy off camera seeing Jay, and he's smiling and everything, but he realizes, oh shit, I'm with Roman still. Oh wow, there's face to face. Holy crap. And Roman told him, bro,
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Bro, I loved when he held him, bro. And Jay looked at him almost as like, I'm not that guy no more. You can't just be touching me no more, bro. I love that. He didn't say, but it was just in his face of, you can't be doing this no more. I'm not the one you can throw around anymore. And he's like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud. Yeah. No yeet. It was the perfect response for him, bro.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like I said,
I love this.
I know, I know he has been. I know it's different. He's been main event Jey Uso for a long time now. He's had this hype to him for a long time now. But it just really set in with me.
It resonated with you.
Whenever you see him in front of the Bloodline 2.0, whenever you see him in front of Roman, he's just different. Like, that's what really set in. Because it was always like, you know, on Twitter, they always discussed it. Next time he sees Roman, it's different. Different circumstances, different. He's got a title now, Roman doesn't. We always knew, yes, it's going to be different. But then you saw it, and it really just set in like, bro, holy shit.
You know what also helps?
What?
Back in the day when he was a part of the OG Bloodline and that aura and them itself, they always wore black. Now he's in bright colors, looking clean with the white and everything. Like bro, he's legit resonating his own shit, his own aura, his own light. So saying across from Solo, who's first off, bro, I told you this last night. Solo looks so clean, bro. His chain, his ula fala.
He's got swag.
He's got swag. We said this and everything. This dude just looks clean as hell.
People still want to hate.
I need, even though it doesn't fit him, but I'm thinking, bro, I need Jacob Fatu in some suit, bro, looking clean too. But nah, it don't fit him.
I just love how no matter what, bro, Jacob Fatu's right here looking at Solo. I love you, Solo. Like, no matter what.
What I love is that bro, did you see him breathing harder and harder, bro? Because like it's almost like, bro, he got that dog in him, bro. Like that Simone werewolf wants to come out. And bro, that interaction when he said, bro, I loved how he said it because we said for them thugs, bro. He's like, why'd you go and get them?
Yeah.
Why'd you go and get Tonga? Why'd you go get Tongaloa and Tama Tonga? Like, why'd you get them? And then he goes, and why'd you have to go get him, Jacob? He goes, we stayed away from him. And bro, and I told him, if he keeps on staring at me, I'm gonna whoop his ass, bro.
It was great, bro.
That moment so much. Hey, this goes back to last week's episode of talking about Undertaker saying storylines is what drives WWE basically, and we're in it for the storylines and not just the moves.
Yeah.
This 100% shows that, bro. We're talking about a storyline of this bloodline, this family, of everything it's meant to us for the past 4 years. And we are still so invested. They keep on making us come back for more and more and more. Mm-hmm. I don't care, bro, that Jay is going to super kick someone. I don't care about the Simone Spike. I care about this, though. Yeah. I care about this,
and it just goes to show, like, dude, there's plenty of stuff going on in wrestling right now that's entertaining, right? Like, it was cool seeing Tiffany and Rhea tag this past Monday. You know, we got some good matches on SmackDown, but it's kind of just all overshadowed right now with the Bloodline. Sorry. And it just goes to show, like Undertaker said, bro, story is what drives. You want to get over in WWE? Be in a good story. What is it good?
No,
okay.
I'm just looking.
You want to get over in WWE? Be in a good story. You got to resonate with the fans, right? You got to keep us wanting to come back. Yep. And the Bloodline story has consistently kept us coming back.
Yep.
It's just fucking cinema, dude. It's cinema, bro. I don't know if you want to talk about anything else in SmackDown, or we can just skip over to the ending segment of SmackDown with the Bloodline again.
No, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, so at the end of SmackDown, Roman comes out, or we get a little segment in between. Roman tells Jimmy that he's gonna acknowledge Solo. You know, he wants to stop all this fighting. Essentially, he comes out. He tells Solo that Solo wants him to acknowledge him. Roman says, "I acknowledge you," and then Solo like, "Nah, I need you to acknowledge me as your tribal chief." Roman can't do it. And what I loved is, and then Roman goes, or what, Solo? And he goes, see, there it is. There it is. Solo was just egging him on, bro.
He goes, I knew he was
Yeah.
still in there,
Yep.
bro. He said, because you want this power.
I'll say this. Solo was in a segment with Jay, and he was in a segment with Roman, and not once did I feel like Solo was behind the 8 ball. Not once did I feel like Solo was, obviously, I'm not going to say he's as big as Jay or as big as Roman, but not once did I feel like he was little brother Solo. Like he held, Solo holds his own at presence-wise, holds his own mic-wise so far. Like Solo is killing it.
He hasn't shown belly. He hasn't gone belly up. He hasn't submitted yet.
Yeah, like he's fitting. Just like I'm believing this, right?
Yeah.
Like there's sometimes where WWE tries to make us believe that this character could actually go. I am believing that Solo Sikoa is this Tribal Chief 2.0
Because he's selling it that way.
Yes,
he is selling it to where, bro, you have to believe that I am this guy now.
and I'm believing in this Bloodline 2.0, this vicious Bloodline. Jay himself sold that. We talked about how this Bloodline 2.0 is more vicious, more aggressive, more savage than the OG Bloodline. Jay says it himself. There's a reason we stayed away from these people. Why'd you have to go get these people? Like, there's a reason. And because, bro, they're fucking different. They're fucking animals. They're thugs.
Yeah.
And so I love it, bro. I love the cinema. I can't wait. Roman Jimmy get his ass whooped to get their ass whooped again. And one can assume that Monday Night on Raw, Jey Uso losing the title.
Bro, when you said that text, I was like, I had it typed up and said, nah, bro, it's not happening. But I just kept on thinking about it. I was like,
I told my brother weeks ago that was gonna happen.
well, then I thought to myself, and I don't know if I texted you this or what, but I said I think that's gonna. Oh, I did. I was like, that's gonna be the final straw.
Yeah.
To where he goes, all right, I'm with y'all, because now he's making this personal with me. He had y'all shit, and and he tried to reason with him, hey, bro, like this is family. Why you trying to divide the family, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? I still love you, Solo. This is. But now he's messing with him, bro, and he just told him, look what I did.
Yeah.
Here's my prize. He's about to take that prize away.
Well, he said next time he sees him though, it's gonna be different.
Yeah. And Solo's
So
not gonna
does
like
he
that
mean
threat.
that? Yeah. Does he mean that from a sense of I'm gonna whoop y'all's asses, or like I would assume that's the way he means it. What if? So obviously that's what we assume, right? We assume the Bloodline 2.0 is gonna cost Jay his championship against Braun Breaker this next Monday on Raw. What if they do it this way? What if Bloodline 2.0 helps Jay win? Jay doesn't realize he got that assist from them until after, right? Like maybe he's beat up, maybe they beat up Braun, then Jay goes for the win, doesn't realize they helped till after that he cheated. Then they're like, come on, like come acknowledge me, and then Jay doesn't want to, then they beat him the fuck up. Would you prefer that, or do you prefer just them costing him?
That'd be interesting too.
Jay's gonna be like, I didn't want your help, or I didn't need your help, and then
I like
Solo's
that
gonna
too.
get pissed.
But I story wise of them being like, or him making that threat of next time I see you is gonna be different. They ain't
Right.
gonna let that slide. So yeah, I still think the original one of them costing it will be nice. I can see Jimmy trying one more time on Raw, and they're gonna jump the fuck. They're gonna pop up and they're gonna jump the fuck out of Jimmy, and then that's when he's gonna try to help Jimmy or whatever. And then he's like, "See, look, he helped me. Like, and then Jay's gonna try to help Jimmy, and Jimmy's gonna report back. See, he's still with us. He's still with.
I know it's gonna happen, bro. I know it's gonna happen.
All right.
I already got the scoop.
Damn, you got that call.
Yep. Text Paul right now.
All right, but
Anyways, I know you said last episode that you don't want Sami Zayn to be in it. You want Cody Rhodes to be in it. Jay's going to be getting his ass whooped. Sami Zayn is going to come help him. And that is how we are going to get our 4 versus 4 at War Games. I know it's just inevitable, bro. Cody's doing other things. He's not involved in this. I don't see him getting involved in this now. He's been completely aside. Sami Zayn is going to come help Jay. Whatever scenario it is, whether he comes to help Jimmy get his ass whooped and then Jay starts getting his ass whooped, Sami Zayn has nothing going on right now.
yeah,
He has nothing. So he's going to come help Jay, and then we are going to get a legit, official OG Bloodline reunion. And that's how we're going to get our 4 versus 4 Survivor Series.
no, yeah. I mean, I think I said it. I wouldn't hate it,
Yeah, I know you said you wouldn't hate it, but you prefer Cody.
but I would prefer Cody.
Yes.
But in the scenario of what you said last week, and now what you're saying again is that he has nothing going on. I know you're right.
Yeah.
I know
He's
it's
got
right.
nothing going on.
But to me, I just think of just like, bro, just having that Cody thing, I think would be amazing and everything like that. Especially since we had this whole little team up, I just saw it happening like that too. And I know I said even way before then too. And then even me bringing up that that this Sammy doesn't have anything personal with this new bloodline, so it doesn't make sense. But in that scenario, he tries to help and they start whooping Sammy, then be like, oh shit, now I'm involved. Now it's personal.
Well, and I think also it's like, bro, I don't think they would if we haven't constantly. I feel like constantly in Raw we've gotten little segments with Jay and Sammy.
Yeah,
like they are constantly running into each other. They're constantly like having these backstage segments because it's almost been like, don't forget, Sammy was involved in this too.
Yeah. They have history,
right? And so he may not have history with his new bloodline, but he definitely has history with Roman, and he definitely has history with Jay and Jimmy. So if it's just a matter of helping Jay, then I think that's just enough for him to get in. And he has so much history with the bloodline, and so I think that's safe to say that's the 4-4 we're getting.
Yeah.
Then the question becomes at that point, who gets the finish? Like, who gets the win? Because you can make cases for both sides, right? Like, you can make cases that we want to see the OG bloodline win just for that pop, just that for a reaction. But if you really want to establish this new bloodline, that new bloodline needs to win. So it's like it's so hard. I don't want to get too spoilers, but I think The Rock will play a factor in it. And I think ultimately, the direction they're going is The Rock is going to cost the OG bloodline the win.
Yeah,
that's the way I
could see that happening.
That's the way I see it. And bro, how cool would it be if? So remember when the bloodline was in the War Games, and then when Roman walked out, everyone just like stopped, and everyone just like was like getting ready for Tribal Chief Roman to walk in. Imagine The Rock's music hits, and then everyone's just like scared, like what the fuck do we do? And he walks in the cage. I don't think he would, but that would be a cool way, bro. That he just beats him the fuck up.
So they can say it. They now let the War Games begin, and that's the match. The 4 versus 4. But
then The Rock shows up.
But then The Rock shows up later,
because
that's where everyone freaks out. And I want him to do that whole final boss thing where he is the boss. Open that damn cage. Yeah. Open it, or you're fired. And then he gets in and starts whooping ass, bro. Yeah, I could see that happening, and I think that would be amazing.
Yep. I think so too. I'm genuinely so curious how they're gonna do this. I do think Rock. There's no way he's not involved in Survivor Series.
Paul, we can edit this out. If you don't want this finish to be spoiled before Survivor Series, all you have to do is fly us out.
There's a writer spot open.
I saw that. I was going to send it to you.
Santi said, "People, stop sending me this. If I got, what did he say? He said something like if I'm this, he would make like the same decision over and over again." And then people in the comments were like, "If I was the writer and they had like John Cena with all the titles and shit." No, it's so insane, bro. There's so many possibilities. We skipped over another storyline that I am very intrigued in is this Kevin Owens thing. They're doing it perfectly because they're keeping him away from Cody, him being suspended, all this shit, just so we can get this crown jewel bullshit out the way. Like we said, we're not mad of seeing Gunther versus Cody because that's a banger match. Yeah. But it's annoying that we have to put storylines on hold just to do this, just to get this title that means nothing. It's gonna mean nothing throughout the whole year until next crown jewel. So if that's what's just annoying, but they're putting an interesting twist on it. They're putting an interesting twist where they don't. Kevin Owens is suspended. Even Nick Aldis told Randy Orton he can't do it because from the top they're saying he's not allowed to. Yeah. So like, who knows where they're going with this story? I will say Kevin Owens. I'm so happy. This is the rejuvenation that his character needed.
Yeah, it's a rejuvenation he needed. I like how you said. I love the way he's doing it, bro. He putting out those video packages on social media is amazing. I love that they're utilizing social media a lot more now because that's just in the era we're in. Mm-hmm. I know we're going to get that face off between Randy and Triple H or some type of situation where they're going to start talking and have this like argument against each other. That's going to be great. It is annoying putting this story on hold. So the suspension is allowing the story to be put on hold for a little bit. That's cool. I'm down for that. Yeah, like I said, bro, KO going to be suspended for a while. He's going to be there. He's going to be out for a while. He's going to cost that match with Cody. Cody gonna lose the belt to The Rock at Royal Rumble.
I don't think he's gonna be out that long.
Hey, we gonna be there. It's gonna be all right.
No, I was kidding. I don't think he's gonna be out that long, but I do see him. He's gonna show up at some inconvenient time for Cody, whether it's Crown Jewel. I think another Crown Jewel scenario is happening. I said it last week. I think Goldberg is gonna show up and cost Gunther that title.
Yeah.
But who knows? But I'm very intrigued how they're doing this because we still have to see Cody and KO as well.
Yeah.
So maybe we see Cody and Randy first. That's what I meant. Cody and Randy first. We still have to see that as well. So maybe we get that first or maybe we get it after. I don't know how it all ties in.
Yeah, Randy's going to get fed up. Randy's gonna get fed up, and he's gonna
talk to Triple H because he told Nick Aldis, "Oh, so I need to." Okay,
Yeah,
so he's gonna go talk to Triple H.
Yeah. Like I said, he's going to have that conversation. We're gonna get that face to face. Which honestly, bro, I'm so excited. Even though we're not gonna, bro, is Paul gonna fight him? No, bro, God no. But it's cool just because of the legacy them two have, the history they have. We know what they've been through in the past, and it's just gonna be cool to have that. Like,
well, Triple H is gonna tell him no, and Randy's gonna lose his shit.
Yeah,
and he's gonna go on a rampage probably, and he's gonna start fucking people up.
But I want him to tell him, I've been good, dude. You know how hard that's been for me.
It's very intriguing. Very intriguing. There's a lot of storylines going on right now. Anything else? What else do we have in the show notes?
Bro, the rumors of possible returns.
Oh yes,
we got two possible returns that nothing is confirmed, but it's basically, two parties have been talking amongst each other, bro. Let's go for the first one. AJ Lee, possible return to WWE.
That one I think we all saw coming. Eventually, she will show up in some capacity, whether it's a wrestler, whether it's just to be with CM Punk. I don't know what the capacity is there, but that's cool. I wasn't ever the biggest fan of AJ. She's a legend though, and the fact that she's married to CM Punk makes her even cooler. So I'd be down.
Yeah, the impact she had in the era she was in, whatever, it was huge. Yeah, and everything like that. Like when I think about her, I do think about her with a title. She was a Divas champion.
She had the purple one, right?
Yeah, so that was a Divas champion.
Yes, it was still
Was
Divas.
she the women's champion? And then they transitioned to the Divas, or was she always just Divas?
I think it was just Divas.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
I think it was just Divas.
Okay, but still impactful as far as that. She had this new style to her as well that a lot of people loved. She was great. So yeah, you're right. We saw this coming. If it happens, it happens. I'm good.
I definitely see her being in the Royal Rumble. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Like if it's just a one and done, if it's just maybe Royal Rumble then lead up to WrestleMania type deal, I definitely see her showing up around that time.
It's gonna be a small run though.
Yes.
This isn't going to be a she's back. Yes. No,
I see her working Royal Rumble and then at most just the road to WrestleMania being done. What about the other return?
Brock
Lesnar.
One, bro. Brock Lesnar. Yes.
Supposedly they're mentioning him now. Cody mentioned him. Seth Rollins mentioned him on Raw. Cody mentioned him on Raw. The fact that he's being mentioned, he's active now on the WWE roster apparently. All roads are pointing to Brock Lesnar showing back up. I don't know about you. On my Twitter, it was mixed as far as reactions to that.
To be honest with you, maybe I didn't pay attention, but I feel like the only things I kept on seeing is just all the outlets talking about the return. I haven't seen anything about, is this good? Is this bad? I haven't seen anything like that, but it's also because I'm probably not
I saw
paying
people
attention.
either excited about it or I saw people saying the fact that people think we still need Brock Lesnar. Then it's like people saying, what would you even do with Brock Lesnar? Then
there's one thing we need to do with him.
Then it's things of why do people want this piece of shit? I'll say this. Look. I've always been a Brock Lesnar fan. When back in 2002, 2003, he was my favorite wrestler. I would say he is the main reason why I truly got into wrestling because that was the first person I really got attached to. So I've always had a special love for Brock Lesnar. I will say this. If he's being mentioned and he is, all these rumors of him coming back are a thing, I think it's because WWE investigated this and I think it's because he's coming back innocent. I don't think that they would be going this route if there was any inclination of that stuff being true. We saw how quickly they got rid of Vince. We saw how quickly they stopped mentioning Brock Lesnar when the stuff first happened. I don't think they would be mentioning him if all that stuff was going to be true or they felt like it was going to be true. The fact that they're doing that now, I think that they've already done their investigation and I think it came back that Brock was clean. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't do these things or he did do these things. Maybe he is a piece of shit. I don't know, but I feel like the fact that they are mentioning this, I feel like there's a reason.
Yeah, especially going after that documentary, and they said that was a part of the new deal that he struck up of all the, I guess like the sexual allegations. Vince threw it in his contract saying, and you also have access to this. Look, bro, it could have been in his contract, and Brock could have just gone, wow, and never take part of it. But the fact that it was in his contract, the fact that it was mentioned, his name was out there. Yeah, WWE said, you're out, bro. Like, because we can't have this right now because of everything that's going on. This is the height of what, of this investigation. So, yeah, you're gone. WWE, you're right, could have done this internal investigation. All the, lawyers and whatever did all these investigations and realized he never took part in it. So he's good. And we've seen this in the past as far as WWE teasing small things of like they're, this wrestler was the best in the world. This and everyone on Twitter. Oh, CM Punk used to say some shit. Oh, the announcer said this, bro. CM Punk said this years ago. Oh, back when CM Punk did it, bro. And guess what happened? We got Punk back. Them just mentioning, slaying a beast or slaying a this. He's coming back. Yeah, that's it. They're not going to put those names out there if they were trying to erase him. And yeah, just everything you said, I agree. He's coming back. I think, now, when is he coming back?
Well, and I think it's one of those things where it's like Brock Lesnar is the level of talent that it's like, even if you don't have shit for him, why would you not want him back? He's a fucking, he's legendary. And Brock Lesnar shows up, and you talk about aura. Brock Lesnar has that fucking aura. So it's like, dude, like I said, I think whether people are so mad at him for those whole speculations or whatever the case may be, I think the fact that WWE is willing to bring him back just goes to show that they must have done an investigation and they didn't find anything. Yeah. Because the way TKO is and the way that you can tell, bro, they're not shy to erase somebody or not stop mentioning somebody. So I think that they didn't find anything, and maybe that's why he's coming back. Now, to answer your question, what you do with him, I think there's one obvious thing there. Yep. Him and Gunther. Yep. But I think there's also plenty of storylines to do there as far as, do we want to see him and John Cena run it back? Bro. That would be great. There's a lot of young talent that I think could use the Brock Lesnar rub. Brock Lesnar could put them over.
Brock and Braun, bro.
Yeah, all of that stuff would be great. So I think to say that there's nothing to do for him, I think is just ridiculous because you could always find something to do for Brock Lesnar. So, I'm personally, just as a Brock Lesnar fan, I would be happy if they brought him back. Mm-hmm. Now, if stuff comes out that he did do this shit, then yeah, keep him away, piece of shit. I don't want him back, whatever. But I think the fact that they're gonna bring him back just goes to show they didn't find anything. So, yeah. So I don't know. But to answer your question, I think the obvious one would be him and Braun. Yeah. I said Braun. Gunther, yes.
Yeah, 100%. If they were to say, you're coming back for one reason only, and it's Gunther, I'll be okay with it. Because all that tells me is, yeah, my boy, it was innocent. We're going to have this dream match that everyone's been wanting. You're going to put over Gunther, but Gunther's going to get out by the hair of his chin because you're still a fucking beast. Yeah. I'll be happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that a WrestleMania-worthy match?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree.
Yep. That's a WrestleMania-worthy match.
Physical-ass fucking match.
Oh, bro.
Physical.
Yes. Brock's chest is going to be so red. But Gunther, I'm telling you, Gunther's going to be stretchered out. But that's going to end in a submission type thing,
Gunther's going to be suplex the fuck out of.
Yes. Yeah. Are we good on those?
Yeah. What else we got?
So I have just two questions. Like I said at the top of the episode, I'm enjoying these little things. So this question, honestly, I didn't know how this would go, but I feel like it could maybe be a little discussion. Who is the best foreign heel WWE has ever had? I'm gonna give you some names. Okay.
Gunther's the top right now.
Muhammad Hassan, Jinder Mahal, Gunther, Yokozuna, the Iron Sheik, Bret Hart.
You sent me that, right?
Did I?
Or maybe I just saw
it. Bret Hart, Alberto Del Rio, Rusev, Kamala.
I have it here. Yeah, I also saved it for in case we ever want to talk about it. Okay, so out of this list here, let me just say all of these motherfuckers are legendary.
Yep.
They all are, maybe not Alberto Del Rio, maybe not Rusev,
or Muhammad Hassan.
Okay, so you'd be surprised at my answer. I was gonna say Muhammad Hassan.
Oh, that's my answer.
Okay, so Muhammad Hassan, for the short amount of time that he was there, I don't know if I know you don't really listen to Chris Van Vliet, but I listened to his episode with Muhammad Hassan. And it was very interesting, the way they did it and the way, they put him. First off, he's not even Afghanistanian or whatever. Yeah, he's Italian or some shit.
Yeah.
But he talks about it, dude. The amount, it was scary for them going to airports. It was scary, this, and especially in that time period, it was bro, talk about heat. So for me growing up, I would say Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah, Muhammad Hassan is a product of what the world was offering. We saw that
in the Vince documentary.
In the Vince documentary is that Vince's storylines and everything a lot of stuff that he did was basically what was going on in the world. Another one, the Iron Sheik.
Yes.
He talked about that. We needed someone that can piss off everyone because of what's going on in the world, what's going on in the news. Out came the Iron Sheik. out came that character. They ended up doing Nikolai Volkov, the same thing. I'm surprised he's not on this list. Same thing with Yokozuna. They needed someone that was representing Japan and everything like that, even though motherfucker's Samoan.
Yes.
Like, it's funny, like that's that case. So Muhammad Hassan showing up when it was during the Iraqi war with the United States and everything like that. We already, unfortunately, had 9/11. We had all these terrorist attacks. Terrorism was just a big word in the news for a couple years. You introduce this character, and his group, bro, is wearing face masks and everything like that, wearing like the camo boots and all these, bro, and they're jumping to one big baby face, the Undertaker. Instantly, bro, you hate this guy.
It was crazy. So like I said, out of these, what I remember as growing up, obviously Iron Sheik was before our time, Yokozuna was before our time, Kamala was before the time, but Muhammad Hassan, I remember vividly.
Yeah,
I remember that vividly, and I remember even as a little kid, right? Like I don't even remember 9/11 because I was like 5, I think.
Pre-K.
Yeah. So, but I remember Muhammad Hassan, and I remember tensions with Iraq and all that stuff. So even me as a little kid, I hated that motherfucker. Like, because he wasn't American, he was like Iraqi or whatever. Like, WWE did a great job of making me hate this guy.
Yeah.
And Muhammad Hassan, props to him. Like, he played that character so well.
And then he had Daivari next to him speaking a different language.
He talks about it on Chris Van Vliet. Like, Daivari got stopped all the time. Like, bro, he said what made him playing that character so easy, right, is because his character was talking about how his people were treated in America and all this stuff. What made it so easy to play that is because he was actually being treated that way at airports, at hotels, like wherever he was going, traveling. He was actually being treated that way. He said the way they were treated was like shit. So it was so easy for him to get this pissed off and do this character, even though he's not Iraqi. He has nothing to do with that. Like, that's not his race.
Yeah.
But it was so easy for him to play it. And so, yeah, for me, so I'll say this. Who got the most heat here? Muhammad Hassan for me, no question. But who is the best foreign heel WWE has ever had? That's the question. And so for me, that's got to be out of this list. It's either between Gunther or Bret Hart.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you. I only remember Bret Hart as a good guy.
Yeah. So the whole time I was looking at this list originally, I was like, Bret was a heel, like, because it's like I always remember him just being face.
I only remember him being a good guy.
But I know there's those moments, and I know there's a ton of episodes of Raw back in the day, or just just WWF in general, of waving the Canadian flag. America sucks because this and Canada's the best.
I kind of remember that.
But Bret was such a face, bro, to where people probably just shit. Fuck it, who cares, bro? I love Bret.
For me, I don't care what. When I think about Bret, I think of good guy Bret Hart. Gunther, I only think of bad guy right now. And I know he's still early in his career, and a lot of these people are legends. But if you're asking me who's the best heel out of this list, I would have to say Gunther.
Yeah, Gunther's
because it's the best heel ever, right? Like, and Muhammad Hassan's run was so small. I think it was like less than a year.
Yeah.
So, and he talks about it in his Chris Van Vliet interview, like like being thrust into that in those big matches, and he barely had any experience.
Yeah, bro. He was instantly thrusted with Taker.
Yes, and so like, I just can't imagine. And
he had his little moment at WrestleMania 21 with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
or whatever. The epitome of
America.
America. I mean, hell, bro, win against Yoko, win against Iron Sheik, and everything like that. Like, yes, like Hogan was that guy that was supposed to. Good old USA, hell, his theme song says it all too. But so that one, but Gunther's the man.
Yeah. Out of that list, I think he's the best heel.
Yeah. Another one I had. I think we can end it here. Do we have time?
Yeah.
Another one I had. So I saw this, and I'm pretty sure you saw the same thing. The Evolution shares 50 World Heavyweight Championships between them. Ric Flair 16, Triple H 14, Randy Orton 14, Batista 6. This is why they are the GOAT faction in WWE history. So 50 championships between all of them. So it made me think. Out of those men, who had the most memorable title run? And I'm not. And okay, I could say
like
title
run. Okay, just one. Or who had the
that's what I was about to
runs?
adjust right now. Who had the most memorable title runs in history? So, like when you think about Triple H's era of being the championship, or being the the champion. Probably like I remember him with Attitude Era, but then I also remember him with Evolution and being a heel with that stuff, bro.
Even in PG,
even in PG, he had the belt and everything like that. When I think about Randy having that belt, it was off of the name we don't say, but then his whole thing with Triple H and Evolution, because bro, that was Triple H's belt. You don't take his belt like that. And then you think about Batista and his those are historic runs, whether it be runs, but I'm saying who has the most memorable time as champion in those eras or in that out of those names. I mean,
that's hard because I think of all three of them. I think of them as champions.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously Ric Flair. Yeah. Ric Flair was before our time, but I think of those three guys, and I just picture them with the title.
Yeah,
I picture Triple H with the big gold. I picture Batista with the big gold,
yep.
And I picture Randy with just the spinner or whatever champion.
The big gold too.
He's had a lot of championships. So
it's a hard one for me.
It's between Randy and Triple H because they did it longer. They were champions more time than Batista was. Batista had long runs, but for me, if you're asking me who to pick, it would have to be between Triple H and Randy.
I'd say my pick would be Triple H. But I think about when they're saying you're right. They've had multiple championships, whether it be the spinner, whether it be the breaker.
Randy Orton and Triple H are tied.
14-14, yeah.
Yeah.
But I pick Triple H just because when I always picture Triple H, it's always big gold, bro. And it's just his heel run and everything and how much that meant to me. But at the same time, it's also nostalgia because that's what we grew up in.
Whenever we truly got into wrestling, Triple H was heel Triple H.
Yep.
And he was it felt like he always had the big gold.
Yep.
It felt like
and
that's why we've said when you think of the big gold, who you think about? I think of Triple H. That's just what I think about.
Yep.
But it's hard though because Randy I think has more memorable runs. Triple H, yes, was champion a lot, but Randy I think has more memorable runs, especially when he was 09 Randy. Dude, he had the championship throughout most of that time.
So, and I guess I wouldn't, as far as multiple runs, I know Triple H had the spinner belt. I remember that. But he also had the 2013 belt or whatever when they started transitioning to these belts, but it was still the old WWE logo.
Yeah.
I really don't remember that too much. I don't. But I remember Randy kind of having those.
Yes. I remember Randy having the big gold, especially because, that, like you said, that's when Evolution turned on him, and that was a legendary moment. I remember that run. I remember his 09 run. I remember, yes, when he became undisputed champion, or he had the big gold in that new WWE belt that The Rock debuted. So I would say Randy. I would say Randy has the more memorable runs to me, but because Triple H, the true runs that I remember were at the beginning when I really watched wrestling. His other runs after that, that was when he was carrying SmackDown, and that was the PG era, and we were at a weird time where it was me and you are becoming teenagers, so we don't really fuck with this PG shit. So it's at a weird time where I'm watching, but I'm not, and then I'm in and out. So I don't really remember those runs towards the end, but I remember Randy's.
Yeah, but I even think back, obviously, it was before when we fully got into it, but even Attitude Era transitioning into the Ruthless, that 99, 2000 era. Before Triple H had the time to play the game, but when he came out with the denim jacket and everything like that, big gold, I think about that one too. Yeah. That was a good era, or that was a good run. I feel like
he beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania.
I look at those and I'm like, that was a good one too. But yes, I mean you're right. It's between them two. No disrespect to Batista, no disrespect to Rick. You said it earlier, and we've mentioned multiple times on this pod that Rick was before our time, so maybe that's also why it doesn't resonate with us. But we truly do resonate with Randy and Triple H. But I will always think Triple H. But I can always be flip-flop.
I would say Randy. He just has more memorable to me, and maybe that's because he was my favorite, and so I just remember more of his runs. That could be why. I would say Randy. We already said though that we said Evolution was the greatest faction of all time. Yeah. Did we say that, or did we say the Bloodline was there?
I think we
already?
said Bloodline. I think we said Bloodline past it.
That's hard to say because now I'm thinking about that. I don't know. I think.
Nah, that's it. I'm going to say it right here, bro. Bloodline is the greatest faction in WWE history. OG Bloodline. OG Bloodline is the greatest faction in WWE history.
I guess it really depends on what you're going based off, though, because Evolution has way more titles than the Bloodline.
Yeah.
So if you're going based off their singles, but I guess you're going, okay, so then are you basing it off of what they did as a group?
What they did as a group, how long they were as a group. Evolution was there for a minute, too, but how long they were as a group. And the Usos being historic tag team title run and everything like that. You have Roman leading the group, having both belts, having the old, it was.
Well, because at one point Evolution all had titles as well, but that was less memorable than the Bloodline.
Yeah, because they had the tag team, and then they had the IC,
and Roman had both titles.
Yeah.
Triple H had the big gold, Randy had Intercontinental, and Batista and Rick were tag champions. Okay, so I guess if you take away what they did in singles career and what they just did as a group, Yeah, Bloodline is Bloodline, and I think I said that before too. I don't remember. I guess yeah.
We just saying it again.
Okay, yeah. So if you just base off what they did as a group, Bloodline, OG Bloodline is the greatest faction of all time.
Yeah.
But if you base it off of the group and then them what they did in character at just singles runs, Evolution you can't compete. There's nothing to compete about. Evolution beats them 9-day.
Yeah.
It's 2 legendary factions. It's crazy.
It's one of those things.
Roman's been a part of 2 legendary factions.
The Shield,
and the Bloodline.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's a legendary feat in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H as well. DX and Evolution.
That's true. And I guess when it comes to like the PG era, the Authority and everything like that, that was a little bit thing.
That. Yeah. Well, Randy was a part of that too. If you want to go buy yourself that.
Good point.
So
You know who else was? Corporate Kane.
Yeah, that was a weird time.
So crazy.
That was a weird time. It was weird seeing Kane fighting Slacks.
But it was funny because it's just like, bro, seeing Triple H being the businessman of who he was, like it was fully embracing the character, and it was just a product of that time. So
yeah.
Kane's transition into it, sure, product of that time.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's it, bro.
We have Crown Jewel next weekend, I believe.
No, November 5th. So
I thought it was in October. Is it
November 5th? Beginning
you're right. It is November 5th.
Yeah.
So we're still a few
weeks.
episodes away
2 weeks away.
Okay.
We'll do our predictions in 2 weeks.
November 2nd, actually.
My bad.
November 2nd. Let's see. Yeah, November 2nd is 2 weeks. Okay. So we'll have those predictions coming up. We're going to try to go to Royal Rumble, speaking into existence here. We already booked the hotel.
Thank you, bro, for that.
So we're going to try to be there. Hopefully it's not too cold to where we can start maybe do some interviews outside with people.
Yeah.
They probably not going to know us, but maybe it'll help us get known more.
We'll wear our shirts.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to make people know us more.
Yes, they will.
But I don't know. I think it's debatable.
Bro, do you think I seen our views on our thing?
I think it's debatable. But either way, we're going to try to be at Royal Rumble. I think Royal Rumble is going to be historic this year because I think Rock is going to be there. Imagine Brock Lesnar shows up. I think it's going to be historic.
AJ Lee going to show up.
So I think it's going to be a historic night. So it's going to be awesome, bro. So we're going to try to be there. I just hate how tickets drop later than I feel like they normally do.
Yeah.
They're dropping in November.
Yeah.
And it's like what? So it's 2 months from there?
Well, who knows, bro? Because, I mean, we could say later than normal, but I think if we didn't plan on going, it wouldn't matter when the tickets drops. Like, we wouldn't pay attention as far as, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just figured they, because we see WrestleMania pre-sale tickets already starting.
But that's WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I just think, like, Royal Rumble's a big thing, too. Like, you could have started that as well. You could have them going on at the same time. So who knows? But, yeah, we're going to try to be there. So speaking into existence. But anything else?
I think that's it.
Cool. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, later, guys.